Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let us now discuss the concept of machine learning in this video in context of data science. Let us talk about another branch of predictive analytics. So in what situation it is required to make predictions using machine learning rather than traditional statistical methods. In this video, we will provide you with an example and show what is machine learning all about. Great, let's begin. So let us understand what is at the core of machine learning. Creating an algorithm which a computer then uses to find a model that fits the data as best as possible and makes very accurate predictions based on that. And how is that different from conventional method? We are going to see that shortly. Well, we don't give machine instructions on how to find that model. We provide it with algorithms, which gives the machines directions on how to learn on its own. So how we can describe a machine learning algorithms in a few words. A machine learning algorithm is like a trial and error process that in each consecutive trial is at least as good as the previous one. Technically speaking, there are four ingredients: data, model, objective functions, and optimizations algorithm. Let's illustrate them with a fictional example. Imagine someone holding a gun. We want to find the best way to use that gun to fire accurately. In other words, the usage of the gun is our model. The best way to learn shooting is to train, right? We train by taking different bullets and trying to hit the target. So the bag of bullet will be our data, or more precisely, the data the man will use for training. We said that the person will hit the target. Well, in machine learning, we know what we are aiming at, and we call it a target. Here comes the third ingredient, the objective function. The objective function will calculate how far from the target the person shoots where on average. Here comes the fourth ingredient, the optimization algorithm. It steps on the finding of the objective functions and consists of the mechanics that will improve the shooter's shooting skills. Somehow its posture and the way it holds the gun. Then the person will take the exact same data or bullets and fire them once again with its adjusted posture. This time, the shots will be on an average closer to the center of the target. Normally, the improvement will be almost unnoticeable. This entire process could happen hundreds or thousands of times until the shooter finds the optimal way to fire the set of bullets and hit the center every single time. I think the machine learning concept in this example will be pretty much clear up till now. Nevertheless, in machine learning, you will never provide the shooter with a set of rules. That is, you won't have a programmed set of instructions like load the bullet, aim at the center, and so on. Instead, you will have given the machine the final goal: hit the bullet at the center of the target. Another important thing is that it will not learn to shoot right away. After 100,000 tries, it may have learned how to be the best shooter out there. Anyways, now you might be asking yourself, aren't there infinite possibilities to try out? When will we stop training? So interestingly, machine will learn certain things on its way and it will take them in consideration for the next shot as it fires. For instance, it must learn that it should look towards the target. It will stop firing in the opposite direction. It is the purpose of the optimizations algorithm. Second, not shooting for indefinite amount of time. Hitting the center 9 out of 10 times is a good level of accuracy. Now let us follow our four ingredients at the end of our training. The model is already trained on this data as more shots hits the center, so the error or the objective function is quite low or minimized. The postures, the techniques, and all the other factors cannot be further improved. So the optimization algorithm did its jobs to improve the shooting ability of the machine. Good. Now you have trained the shooter. What you can do now? Give it a different set of bullets. It will do good with that. However, give it half bullet or a damaged one, it won't know what to do with it because this was not provided in the training. The benefit of using machine learning is the machine can learn to fire more effectively than a human. It might even discover that we have been holding the guns in a wrong way for centuries. To conclude, machine learning is a lot more than people say. There are a certain number of algorithms that are used in the field of machine learning to solve complex problems. Each of these algorithms are categorized into three different categories. The first technique is supervised learning. Supervised learning uses labeled data to train machine learning models. Labeled data means that the output is already known to you. The model just need to match the inputs to the output. An example of supervised learning can be to train a machine that identifies the images of an animal. Suppose we have a cat and a dog. The task of the machine is to classify them into these two different categories. Supervised learning. Unsupervised learning uses unlabeled data to train machines. Unlabeled data means that there is no fixed output variable. The model learns from the data, discovers patterns and features in the data, and then returns the output. For example, contrary to supervised learning, where we know that we have two images, one labeled as a cat and other as a dog, and we need to classify them accordingly to the output variable. Here we have unlabeled data. The algorithm will learn from the data to identify the images of different animals, such as the height, facial features like eyes and ears, and so on, to classify them into a category. The third technique is reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning trains a machine to take suitable accent and maximize reward in a particular situation. It uses an agent and an environment to produce actions and rewards. The agent has a start and an end state, but there might be different paths to reach each end state, and also there is a predefined target variable. Consider our previous shooting example. Every time our machine shoots better, it will receive an award. It will receive nothing if it fires worse. So instead of minimizing the error, here in reinforcement learning, we try to maximize our reward. It works like this. If I fire a bullet and receive an award, I'll try to figure out what I did correctly. Or if I fire a bullet and don't receive any award, I'll find out what I did wrong and try not to repeat it to get better output and rewards. So by now it is clear that we use machine learning to improve complex computational models that can find infinite applications in our daily lives, especially in business world. So how does machine learning get fits into the world of data science? Let us look at certain examples to clear this. One of the examples is of financial sectors and banks in particular. They have joined an enormous amount of data of credit card transactions. Unfortunately, banks are facing issues with frauds daily. They have tasked with preventing fraudsters from acquiring customers' data in order to keep customer funds safe. For that, they make use of machine learning algorithms. They take past data, and because they can tell computers which transactions in their history were legitimate and which were found to be fraudulent, they can label the data as such. So, through supervised learning, they can train models that detect fraudulent activity. When these models detect event that has slightest possibility of theft, they flag the transaction and prevent the fraud in the real time. It is observed that the impact of machine learning algorithms has been groundbreaking in the field of finance. Another example of supervised machine learning with labeled data can be found in customer retention. A focus of any business, be it a global supermarket chain or an online clothing shop, is to retain its customers. But the larger the business grows, the harder it is to keep track of the customers' trends. A local corner shop owner will recognize and get to know their most loyal customers. They will offer them exclusive discounts to thank them, and by doing so, these types of customers keep returning. On a larger scale, companies can use machine learning and the past label data to automate the practice, and with this, they can know which customers may purchase goods from them. This means that the store can offer them discounts and maintain a personal touch in an effective way, minimizing marketing cost and maximizing profit. I think by these two examples, the working of machine learning in this modern era business is pretty much evident. So that was all for this discussion. I hope that the concept, types, and examples of machine learning will be pretty much clear by now. If you like to watch more such videos, stay tuned to my channel. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.